Hi, and welcome to today's Wellness Wednesday video. Um, it's going to be a little bit different today, and maybe going forward, I'm not sure, as I kind of grow my gifts and yeah, grow my gifts and learn more. I was called this morning to not only do a flower essence, but to do a card pull. And so I pulled from my deck of the Spirit Oracle, Animal Oracle, and the card literally jumped out. And I can so see how the two fit together. And so I'll talk about the flower essence first. The flower essence that came up is the flower essence of Larkspur, and it came up under cheerfulness. Larkspur is a flower essence that helps with joyful leadership, with being of service from a good place, from a place in the heart. So people who could use this flower essence would be someone who is taking on a leadership role but feels burdensome dutifulness, which is a tongue twister to say, but that heavy kind of heaviness of, oh, I have to be a leader and I have to be perfect and I have to be this and I have to be that, or from a big ego. So yeah, I'm great. I'm the best leader ever is kind of, so people who come from that place of either of those is not doing service in a joyful way. And as a leader, they are demanding respect, which often backfires on them, or they push themselves to the point that, that they're not doing it from joy or from service or being charismatic. And so Larkspur really helps balance that out. It helps someone come from a good place and take on a leadership role, which all of us do at some point in our life, whether it be in our families, whether it be with our friends, or whether it be in a business or career or politics or anything like that. Those are all leadership roles. And so this isn't just for people who are, say, in the business world and, the CEO of a company. It could simply mean, if this is speaking to you, it could simply mean like with your friends or with your family or whatever. But if your leadership role right now is feeling heavy, is feeling exhausting, is feeling overwhelming, or is feeling like you need to make people understand you, then that was what Larkspur can help with. And so it really does help us to find that balance, where we come from a true place, from a charismatic place, where we are not telling people they must follow us or directing people or bossing people or coming from a I'm better than you, so you better listen to what I say place, but from a place of this is my calling, this is what I'm good at, this is what I know. And so here's what I have to offer. And then people naturally gravitate towards them and naturally follow them. So Larkspur really helps to balance that out and helps you come from a more joyful place rather than from that heavy, burdensome dutifulness or ego place. And it came up with the card, the owl card, which at the bottom it says, you see clearly now. An owl spirit comes to tell you to tune in. Now is a really good time to tune into your intuition. And we all have intuition, we all have guidance, we all have gut feelings. And it's telling us to, Owl Spirit is reminding us that we need to not just listen with our ears or with what we see with our eyes, but to use all our senses, to tap into our intuition and use all our senses, which means our feeling life as well. So, why I think these two kind of came up together is to pay attention to the leaders maybe in your life who are coming from that space of I'm a leader, so you need to listen to me, so the ego, or from oh, I'm powerful, so that burdensome dutifulness. So rather than from that true joyful service, and what I get from this, putting the two together, is that owl spirit right now at this point, if you're tuning into your wisdom and your guidance, you'll see who are true leaders and charismatic leaders and who maybe that we should be, I'm going to say follow, but it's more so who we should be listening to. or who are, like I said, true leaders who are there for joyful service and who are there for ego, or who are leaders that are there for it's their role. And so they took it on and they're not coming from a true space, from that heart centered space, but rather from that burdensome dutifulness. Um, so the two together, I think, really makes sense for me. It fits in with what I've been saying for the last couple weeks about how we're all being called to be our own authority. Um, this is another opportunity to look at who are you giving your power away to? Are you giving your power away to someone who is in a leadership role for either of those reasons that I talked about with Larkspur? Or are you giving your power away willingly to someone who is coming from a joyful space, from coming from that heart space? And I guess if it's the second one, then it's not really giving your power away. It's just following someone who is guiding you, rather than, I guess, giving your power away. So I can see how the two fit together. I think they fit together beautifully. I think that's a really powerful message for you, all of you out there. Uh, if the leadership one speaks to you, so if Larkspur speaks to you, then you can definitely ask Larkspur to come in and to assist you with finding that joyful service. And maybe that's the owl card in that sense too, is maybe it's calling you to step up into your leadership role. And so it's asking you to tune into your intuition, and become a leader again, whether that be in your family, whether that be with your friends, whether that be something bigger, in your business career or whatever. Or maybe it's asking you to, on a world stage or a political stage or whatever you're being called to. Tune into your intuition, it will guide you. And if it is to a leadership role, and that's what this is speaking to you as, then it's asking you to do it from joyful service and leave that kind of heaviness, or ego behind. So, again, both beautiful messages. Can definitely see how they tie together in a few different ways. And as always, if you are interested in a flower essence healing, you can DM me. You can also check out my webpage. I now do card readings too. So if you're interested in a card reading, that can be done online. I have several decks to play with, and it's lots of fun. Or you can always do a soul alignment session where we just play and see what comes up. Using my intuition and your guidance, then we kind of work through whatever's coming up for you. So I wish you all well today. Yeah, I wish you all well and take care.